Right, well here we are in Krakow, and we've parked at this little, it's like a B&B really. It's called Apis Inn. It's on camper contact. This is a house where a young family live, I believe, and this is where the owner lives. And there's this big area here. He has got electric hookup. We're the only ones. He put us right in front of the house. I don't know why. Perhaps he wanted to make sure that we could reach the hookup, and also that we wouldn't get bogged down in the grass. The field beyond also belongs to him. The sanitary arrangements are quite primitive. They're actually really good. It's just a basic sort of add-on onto the garage, but we do the washing up in the corner. There's a loo there and there's a shower, and the shower's actually really hot, even though it feels like a bit of a shed when you're in there and the water sort of pulls up around your ankles, but it's fine. Loads of cats here, which Pip's had great fun chasing. There he is. As soon as we realised the cats were actually wild and could run faster than him, we start worrying. But it's really nice, very nice, pleasant setting. It's about 4 miles from the airport, where we went to pick up my daughter the other day, so it's great if you're meeting someone from the airport. And it's about half an hour into town. It's an hour on public transport, but as we've got the dog and it involves changing, there's a bus and a tram. We heard the taxi was almost as cheap for 3 people, but actually we've started using Uber, which is really cheap. So it's like £6 to get to the centre, 20 minutes. Uber is so efficient and fast and cheap, it's amazing. I always give them a big tip as well, but it's great. So that's our Krakow spot, and there's the van with our silver screens. It's been getting quite cold at night, and that's the place, Apis Inn. I wanted to tell you about somewhere we ate last night, which was really quite extraordinary. You might have heard about these places where you eat in the complete dark. Well, it was one of those places, and it was called Senses Dining in the Dark. And you have to make a reservation. It's quite near the old part of Krakow, Old Town. And you arrive there, and it's a quite exclusive feel. They give you a little cocktail in this little exclusive little field lounge, and then you choose between the vegetarian set meal, the vegan set meal, a Polish one, a molecular one, which is sort of man-made tastes. She said it's like a carrot, but not actually, maybe not a carrot. So that was quite intriguing, but terribly expensive. It was about £50 that one, so we didn't do that. And vegan, vegetarian, meat, Polish, and that one. So it was good because we were 3 different people. We had a meat, a vegetarian, and a vegan. And when you're ready, you're taken downstairs, and then you're put into this little place. The curtain's drawn. You're standing in complete darkness, and then a waitress arrives from the other side of the curtain. You're in a basement, basically, in a cellar, and she says, "Who's the first one? Put your hand on my shoulder." And then she puts all our hands on each other's shoulders, and we have the dog as well, who really did not like it at all, bless him. So we all shuffled along. It was really quite strange, and I did feel a little bit panicky at that point, thinking, was I going to get awful claustrophobia? But we got to the table, and she sort of, pushed us into our seat around the table, and we had to feel like where the knives and forks were. And then we started to relax a bit because it was all so funny and comical. And then first course arrived, which she put down and sort of with my hands showed me where it was, and she put our drinks there as well. And so it was quite extraordinary discovering your food in the dark. With my left hand, I was feeling it. They also gave you a water bowl in the middle where you could wash your hands if it got all slimy and greasy from feeling the food. So you didn't know what you were having, and at the end of the meal, when they took you back upstairs, they would then give you the menu, all wrapped up with like a wax seal and an envelope, all quite posh and exclusive again, and show you pictures of it. Oh, yes. This envelope. So you open it and you discover what you've had. And it was intriguing because, well, Poppy and I had quite a bit of overlap with the vegetarian and vegan choices, and trying to identify the fruits and the spices and the flavours. It was really such fun. Really different experience. So I do advise you try that at some point. Quite pricey, about £30 each a meal, which for Poland is really through the roof, but we just thought it's worth just once in a lifetime. So this is what I had. It was a 4-course meal. The starter was buffalo tofu with plum purple plum chutney and pickled onions. I think I got the plum chutney, and I probably got the tofu. It was a bit like mushroom tofu. It wasn't brilliant, but it was okay. The chutney was gorgeous. And then the next meal was a hot one. I think this was my favourite course. Was Hokkaido cream with spicy pineapple salsa and ginger foam. So all those tastes were really strong and lovely, and a nice hot soup. They've called it Hokkaido cream, which is strange. That was my favourite course. Then they'd come and take that away, and it's the same person each time, and you had to call her name if you needed her, if you needed water or if you needed to go to the loo or something. And it was quite funny because there were 3 American ladies at the next table. We were the only 2 groups down there, and calling out things like, "What's this bowl of water for?" And the lady didn't understand, so I called across, "Well, that's to wash your hands in," and everyone was laughing. And then our dog decided that to go and befriend that table, so we heard lots of patting and groans of pleasure from Pip, who was lying on the floor between both tables. It was quite amusing. Anyway, my main course was corn polenta, which I didn't get that at all. I thought it was some sort of mash, and portobello. The mushrooms were absolutely beautiful. Kale chips, which I pretty much identified, and parsley soup, which I also identified. So that was a bit of a strange one, but quite nice. And then the pudding, to be honest, was a little bit of a disappointment, although texturally it was very challenging. It was tapioca with coconut milk, but mango jelly and chia seeds. And the jelly was the bit, because Poppy and I both had a long, slithery, slimy thing which we swallowed, which was a bit of a shock. So that was fascinating and not that nice, really, the pudding. The whole meal was sort of small portions, and we were sort of pleasantly full at the end. The meat meal was really extraordinary. Martin said that he had duck and various things which were really lovely. And I just remembered you told me I shouldn't be giving away the secret of this, because it's supposed to be a secret. You're not supposed to know what it is, but they probably change it each time anyway. So that was our experience. So we went back upstairs, had coffee, got shown the pictures of what we'd eaten, and got presented with this lovely set menu. And the other thing I wanted to show you, I wanted to make, moving on to the vegan section now, homemade vegan section of the video. Again, JessicaBeautician's menu, recipe of pancakes, and she makes a lovely pancake mashing banana into oat flour, where you just mill up the oats and mash banana into it. Then you've got a little patty, and you sort of saute it on each side, and you have it with fruit, etc. Well, I didn't have any oats, but I did have that lovely granola which I made, which was actually her recipe too. So I tried something which was really successful, and that's milling up the granola. So I had granola flour, basically, that was made from dates and nuts and raisins and all the toppings like molasses and other stuff that I put on it, coconut and the oats, of course, and all the seeds, and it was all milled into a fine flour, which I then mashed with banana, and I put a couple of spoons of peanut butter powder in, which I happened to have because I had Poppy loves peanut butter, and I thought I'd give that a go as well. And it actually worked out really well. They were lovely sweet pancakes. Didn't have to add sugar because the mousse was quite sweet already. I bought some of that free from Tesco whipping soy cream, which I found, and it actually whips up, which I should have guessed from the name, but I was very surprised when it whipped up and delighted. Put a bit of stevia drops in there to sweeten it, and we had it with the smoothie frozen fruit, which I warmed up, or rather defrosted, and that's what we had. 2 stonking pancakes with cream and lovely fruit. So that was an achievement this week that I felt very happy about. So there've been a few other places that I've enjoyed in Krakow eating, and that will most likely be topic of another video. So hope you enjoyed this one. See you soon. Bye.